Good morning, everybody. Another day, another video. We are out here on the Ice Age Trail, south central Wisconsin, Washera County, and I believe this is called the Mecan Segment or the Mecan River Segment. Looks like approximately 7 miles. Usually these trails seem to be a bit longer than they tell us, so we'll see how that ends up. It's probably about 47 degrees, a bit cool this morning, but it'll be perfect hiking weather once we get rolling and warmed up here. Doesn't look like a whole lot of hills or nothing like that. Probably a lot of flatter wood walking, which is kind of my speed.
The greenhouse? Oh, it's like a furniture store. In a greenhouse. We're coming back here. We're going to go here after we're done.
This will meander along the Mecan River. And yes, it looks like we just found a cool stop. We'll have to hit that after our hike. Looks like a lot of outdoor furniture, weatherproofed outdoor furniture. I guess we'll go check it out later. The first part of this trail, we got to follow the road a little ways. I'm not exactly sure how far. This may or may not be Amish. I guess we'll find that out in a little while. What's that? Say it again.
I don't know
Come
why
on.
you would question.
Come on, know-it-all.
If that is,
She knows everything.
I don't need to know it. I observed it. You need to maybe look.
Beautiful looking place, actually. And yes, it looks Amish. In case you guys don't know this, Amish always have white siding on their houses. The know-it-all here again is telling me that unless they buy an English house, I don't believe that to be true. I don't know any Amish that live in a house that is not white.
You don't know any Amish.
One thing here about the Ice Age Trail, in case you guys didn't know, a lot of it is connecting roads. So it's definitely not all trails through the woods and stuff like that. I believe it's about 60% trails, 40% roads, somewhere around there. It is kind of interesting. I'm making a video today of this kind of mundane, leisurely hiking trail. And last weekend, we hiked Baraboo Bluffs at Devil's Lake State Park. And I didn't take the camera out for that. That state park, Ice Age Trail, obviously had a lot more epic views. Really cool spot. And out here, you get some cool looking A-frames. But I can tell you this for sure, my heart much appreciates this kind of hike. This is my favorite part about Wisconsin in the spring and summer. That kid kind of ruined it, didn't it? Let's try that again. Listen to this, guys. In case you guys didn't know, that is the eastern Wisconsin Southwest bullfrog. Chris, where are you going? This way. Back into the woods, guys. Ice Age Trail goes with yellow blazes. For hiking gear, I'm a little bit more old school when it comes to a hiking pole. Chris has a fancy new modern lightweight poles here. Wisconsin here is finally turning green. It's been a long wait, and it's very good to see. May end up with some wet feet. Grass is a bit wet out here this morning. And I've never seen so many yellow blazes. Literally, one right there, right after that one. They're everywhere. Usually you don't see them too often, but you're not gonna get lost out here. At least in the beginning of this trail so far. Found some random fly fishermen over there looking for some trout. So far, for all the Ice Age Trail segments I've been on, this one so far is by far the most clearly marked. I've never seen so many yellow blazes in my life. What do we got here? It's another parking spot. Just a quick road crossing here, back on trail. By the way, kind of interesting, this segment here and a lot of other segments around. This one in particular is like a 25-minute ride from our house. Never even really knew these existed until fairly recently. Honestly, I don't even think it took 25 minutes. It's just right up the road, really. I live in Marquette County. We just crossed the border into Waushara County, and here it was. And so far, I'm really liking this segment. For myself, I feel more at home out in the woods than I do climbing the bigger, higher cliffs and stuff like that. This kind of stuff feels more like home, I guess. I'd say we are currently about 1.5 miles in. Little uphill here for a section, hold on. But I believe it's about 3.5 miles out, 3.5 miles back. So about another 2 miles till the halfway point.
You know, like we'll do this or this. And try to get a cool one.
By the way, shout out to the landowners that let the Ice Age Trail go through their property. That's pretty cool. And shout out to this landowner. They got a badass motocross track. I myself partook in the sport of motocross as a youngster. One of the favorite things I ever did in my life. And as you probably just saw, we passed our first group of hikers out here. Probably a little over 2 miles in at this point. Serenity. Spur trail. Not sure what that is, but the Ice Age continues over here, and this road is the end of our segment for today. So we will be turning around and backtracking, but I believe the Ice Age continues on.
6 plus 3.6 is what?
7.2.
7.2. So that should be what this is. I've been a client for a few years, but anyway, I really like her a lot. We followed each other on all trails.
We are now walking on the trail in reverse back to the parking spot. I think we're a little over 4 miles in right now. Even though it's only maybe 50-some degrees, I am in a t-shirt. Beautiful weather, overcast, basically no wind, which is also sometimes reasons I don't make these hiking videos, because I record all these videos with my phone, and my phone does not sound very good when it's windy outside. Back here, beautiful Mecan River. We actually go kayaking down the Mecan River every so often. I think it's been a couple years now, but Next weekend, we'll probably be heading out in our van, getting some camping in, and obviously getting some more hiking in. And the following Monday, I have to get my ICD replaced. The battery is about dead. It's been in there for 9.5 years, and its time is up. So surgery only, what, 9 days away, something like that. Definitely not looking forward to that. Hopefully everything goes nice and smooth. We will have some warmer weather for the recovery weeks following surgery. So I suppose that's a good thing.
You can't overdo it while you're recovering. That's when you're going to have problems.
Hoping I can at least get out and walk fairly soon. I would think that would be all right. I hope.
Maybe do a little near park after a bit.
Back to the private land. Stay on trail, Chris. When I was reading reviews of this trail, I thought it was kind of funny. There were people actually complaining about no trespassing signs. But honestly, if you don't post them things, people are going to abuse the rights of this trail because that's how people are. So I don't see a problem with the landowner having some no trespassing signs just to let people know, because people have a funny way of forgetting that kind of thing. Chris just made a good realization. This is an out and back trail, and we literally walked through here an hour ago, and coming back the opposite direction, it looks completely different. So sure, you're on the same trail, but you get a completely different view going one direction from the other. Nice puffy overcast clouds today. You guys want to see what a Wisconsin man cave looks like? Check this out. There it is, guys. That's where you get away from your wife, from your kids. Maybe you turn the Green Bay Packer game on a Sunday, keeping your head out, looking for deer. But maybe you don't even have your gun loaded because you don't want to deal with the hassle. You just want to get out of the house, spend some time outside in your tree stand. And just so I'm not being that way, hey, if you're a wife, you want to get away from the husband and kids, that's a good spot for yourself as well. If only I was 20 years younger and I had an ATV handy, we could go have some fun. Honestly, if you brought me an ATV right now, I'd probably still try it. And Chris, she would be cheering me on. She'd be yelling at me the whole time. We do have a Harley Davidson in the garage. Maybe we could try that thing out. Say what?
I think that stuff is called river lettuce because it can grow under the water and on land. I think I read about it at Mecan.
Huh.
The river cabbage, maybe? I don't remember. Something like that. Some kind of vegetable.
Getting close to the end, guys. I think a little over a mile left or so. We are entering the final stretch here. I think according to her watch, we're gonna have a little over 7 miles. According to my phone here and my All Trails map, I'm gonna have about 6.8. So we'll call it about 7 miles as we originally thought. I would say overall a very nice hike. Definitely recommended. I think the scores were like 4.5. That makes good sense to me. There's no extravagant views or anything like that, but it's just a nice meander through a Wisconsin central woods. Finally motorcycle season, guys. Anyway, on that note, I got stuff to do. You got stuff to do. Me and Chris, we're gonna finish a little segment here, just to the road and back, and call it done. If you guys made it this far, I appreciate it, but I am out of here. See you guys next time. Take care, everybody.